I don't know.
Everyone loves it though. Like
I don't know.
everyone loves it. So
It's
it's
like
so we suck. Our taste sucks. We the only ones that don't love the song.
it's like the Boity song.
Yo, dude, I told y'all Boiti's trash, bro. Like I told y'all, bro.
Oh,
Told y'all.
I didn't hear the new Boity song.
Yeah, don't listen to it. Like, don't waste your three
Don't say
minutes.
those. We going live now,
Are
Chris
you for
Black.
real?
Yeah?
We
I thought
actually
we were live already.
yeah, we were live. So I just yeah, we carrying on. So I'm gonna cool. Welcome to another episode. This is a very very weird episode. It's gonna go down tonight. I got my family. Space G, Anderson Entertainment, and Chris Black.
Yo, what up, what
What's
up,
good?
what
What's
up?
good?
We.
Oh, well. So yeah, as the conversation already started offline, we're already talking about songs that have been dropped recently, especially in this time of quarantine. So yeah, Space. I think you had something to say. Let's just get to it one time, and then yeah, we'll figure it out. What were you
Yeah,
saying, my
man,
G?
like I was saying, I don't know. We were talking about the Nasty C song
Yeah, yeah,
with T.I.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I, I, I just I disconnected with the song personally because like I don't know, I didn't get it. You know.
Cape.com. Cape Town. Cape Town. He's caping.
It's
Cape
Kev.
Town, because we're live. He's caping.
What?
He's
Oh
caping.
no, I'm listening to what you're
Yeah.
saying, dog. What the fuck?
Don't
No,
cape.
dog.
Don't cape.
What's happening? I don't even know. Anyway, dog, whatever. But I still didn't enjoy the song, man. Like it just didn't sound like it's something that's gonna last past whatever's going on right now. So like I don't know if other people agree or
But
disagree
here's the
with me.
question, though, Space. I mean, fair enough, right? Look, fair enough. It probably doesn't make sense because it seems like it's targeted towards one specific moment. But isn't that what makes a song remember
Because
during something that's clearly this
that's my
impactful on people's lives? That's what's going to hold the song in the public opinion. And if public opinion actually likes that song because talks about what's happening now, in 10 years from now, you might not off the top of your head say, yo, remember that nasty song with T.I. But every time you say, you remember in 2020 when Black Lives Matter happened, you're always going to think about that song.
Oh wow.
but that's my question. Are we though? Are we actually gonna remember that song 10 years from now and say, hey, this particular song happened? Because I mean, there's a whole lot of other stuff that's going on, and I don't feel like that particular song is a moment in time, man. I get that it's like an international feature of SA, but like I still feel like it's another SA international feature that's, for lack of a better word, wasted, man. Like I don't feel like it's having the impact that it's supposed to be having on our side, in SA sides. I don't know in America what it's doing, but for us, I don't feel us connecting with that song.
Why do you think it's because of the subject matter of not including a lot of what's happening down here, or is just it was a bad thing, or a bad taste of a song? What do you think is what's making you say
I
that?
don't know, man. Also, I struggle to understand where Nasty was going. I mean, first 30 seconds in, and I couldn't tell you if that song was about Black Lives Matter, a broken heart, like I honestly couldn't tell you what that song was about first 30 seconds in. And if it's gonna be like a Black Lives Matter song, then
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's supposed to sound like that, like
I hear you. I hear you.
and it didn't. It just sounded like my ex, called me and I thought about it. So let me make a song about how I'm feeling. I didn't even get to the Ti part, which was funny because I was like, the song because I was like, there's an international feature. But then 30 seconds in, I was like, yeah, nah, bro. Like, I'm not gonna subject myself to this. Like, I really don't have
Okay,
to. The song is,
okay, but,
you know,
but, but, but here's the
like,
thing. With that being said, then, right?
mm,
Do you feel as if when a big artist or any artist that we actually have that as a feature from someone international that it's always lacking, or is it something that you feel this specific song actually lacks in?
Yeah, because he said the
I
same thing
think
about the Rick Ross.
it's both.
Remember, you
I
said the
think
same
it's
thing
both.
about
I
Rick
think,
Ross and
yeah, I
Pesta.
did. I said the same thing about Rick Ross and Young Thug as well. Like, I think it's both, because first, like I failed. Like whenever we get like an international feature, I think the idea of it being an international feature ends up overshadowing the quality of the song itself. So we get hyped up because there's an international feature, not because it's a great song. And then once you listen to it, the disappointment is just like, okay, well, it's got Rick Ross, but nobody's talking about that song right now. Nobody's playing that song
Okay,
in the
but
streets, you know, and it's an international feature. SA's been, especially SA hip hop, has been craving international features, or international, or specifically American recognition with the hip hop game for so long that you would think that when we finally do get international features, the song would also carry the same weight, so that these guys would want to come back, like, and say, oh, okay, yeah, man, I made a dope song that actually was worth it, like put an international feature on a hit,
Now
man.
ask
Not
a question.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of like what you feeling as in like the standard,
Yeah.
is it that you putting is there a possibility that you putting a higher standard on South African artists as compared to what the Americans do? So you want them to match that high standard, that top level. It's like in soccer,
yeah,
if
like
you go
the
into soccer, yeah, like in soccer you can't expect Barcelona to play the same um as Kaiser Chiefs. It's not possible.
Yeah,
Fact.
but I think what I have a problem with what you're saying right now is that in terms of football, I'm actually supposed to expect the players from Kaizer Chiefs to be able to play with Barcelona because they're both playing the exact same game. And if SA hip hop, if SA hip hop, let me finish my point. If SA hip hop is gonna want to get that American recognition, they have to pull up their socks, man. You have to play the same game. You have to be in the same league. If
So
I'm a
which
basketball player, if I'm a
yeah.
basketball player and I want to be at the top of my basketball game, I need to go beat Kobe, bro.
So
Oh, sorry, rest
basically,
in
what you
peace.
say, basically what you're saying is, for me, before I even like step into like that realm, I need to be able to be like, yo, I can play at this level. Like before you even start
Yeah,
saying, yo, I want that feature, I need to be able to be like,
yeah,
my music is at that standard. Oh, that makes sense.
All right.
yeah.
So
Makes sense.
That's exactly
so
where
you
I'm
you,
going
you
with it.
But isn't is
Like,
isn't this ties back to what we all what I always say is like, yo,
yeah.
in South Africa we hold our music like in terms of the standard of our music. We think the standard of our music is very high because we promote certain types of acts and we think those acts. How many times have we listened to a song and be like, that song sounds like such and such from there, such and such from there. It doesn't have its own identity first and
Fair.
foremost. There are people that have their own
yeah, and
identity, but they're not in the limelight. They don't get pushed. But everyone else that copies
yeah,
someone else or
because
sounds in a specific
because
way.
like yeah, because my next point then was going to be, I hear you space in the context. I mean, if you want to be the best NBA player or the best basketball player, you go in the NBA. But it then asks me the question then, do we then wanna sound very American, or do you want to create our own from, let's say, the UK? No one says that hip hop from, and no one actually tags it as, oh my god, if Stormzy went to the States, he'd actually blow up and make it big. They made it big within the UK, and for me, it's almost like taking identity away from us if we're saying that people need to compete with those internationals for them to actually be seen in that limelight. If I'm an artist like a KO or an SDC, and I've got a flavor or a style that's quite different from what the someone like Akon, for instance, or who's that other guy, Conan, Waving Flag. When they came out with their style is what actually put them in the limelight before, from an
mm,
American. So don't you think
I'll
that
accept
we
that.
get our identity.
and I get, yeah,
I'll accept
and
that.
and
That's why Questa was pushing waves. That's why KO was pushing waves at the time. Like when he actually was in the States, like with him meeting Ti, him getting that Wale feature. Like Questa had that sound. It's just that the song, the end product that he gives out, that he pushes out, is not of what we think. Like the same way, if you look at let's put an example. His biggest song, Good, nah?
Yeah.
Good has Casper on it, right?
Yeah.
So when you actually check that, like his biggest song and the South African feature versus Spirit was a dope song. It's just that what Wale was saying on this on the song disconnected with a lot of people,
it's a
right?
complete disconnect. Yeah.
So I was saying,
And
for
that's a
me,
Wale
I
problem,
like,
not a Questa problem, you know?
yeah, I like that. But then when you come through and then you listen to the later feature with his
But
what's his name, Rich Homie
but
Quan,
but
when you listen to the Rich Homie Quan and the Rick Ross song, you're like, why would you actually even put it out? Why can't you tell Rick Ross, be like, nah, that's not the
yeah,
verse I want? Or
but
is it
but
is it
also
like,
it's it's not a Wale problem. It's a Questa problem because it's Questa's song. If for example, if 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 Questa was featuring somebody South African and they brought something that's subpar, he'd immediately send it back. But because he's featuring somebody international, his song wasn't dope enough and he didn't put it out. And that's Jay-Z, you know, like I think we lower our standards when it comes to to international artists, and they do the same. They're like, ah, it doesn't.
Oh, well. Uh, it looks like I lost people. We'll be back. Cool,
oh
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying.
yeah, what else? I was like, uh what was he talking about? Because Chuck's leaving now. Fuck me up.
No, I'm
You're
here. I'm
talking
here.
about like
I'm here.
how the kid basically said no to Jay-Z, and maybe it's because our artists are desperate to actually get a feature from them.
Yeah, and then like when you like, if I would send a
We get
feature
it.
to a song to space right now, the song would actually be about um I'd actually tell him what the song is about, so that when he brings back the lyrics, I can be like, nah, you didn't talk about this and this and this. Can you start like keep it there in that ballpark? Now when you're talking about everything else, and then I take it and I'm just gonna put it on the song and just be like, it's Wale. We have to accept that. We
Mm.
can't accept that. It's not
Do you,
possible for
And
us
and
to accept that right now. You want to
and
play
and
in the
that,
big leagues.
don't you
and
think?
that goes back to that whole competition thing because why? You know, most of us, especially with SA hip hop, we are competing with the American hip hop.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring our standards so much to them that the mere fact that Wale is even speaking to me about spitting a verse on my song means that my song is good enough. And it might not be, you know, like it clouds judgment, I feel.
And that's
Yeah.
what I
And
feel. I feel like that's our biggest problem, that we competing. No one's supposed to be competing, dog. Like for real. Like no one's supposed to be competing with any other nation. Like you're supposed
Yeah,
to be
you know, I
competing with
think
people from your nation. Because everyone else, yes, they are competing. Like you want to
like
get the
if you're
limelight.
making
You shouldn't be.
Guy, don't you? Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I just have a question. Don't you think most of these features are a PR based thing? If I have a song with Rick Ross, people are gonna listen because I have Rick Ross.
but we're wasting features, wasting key international features, guys. When
Who are those
Wizkid
songs
goes
that gone
and
platinum with
invites
song?
Drake,
Sorry, I
when
didn't hear you, Chris
Wizkid
Black.
goes and
I don't
invites
think
Drake,
so.
stop playing, guys.
Whose song went platinum or went triple platinum with that feature, with those
With
features?
those
Like
I don't
features.
think so.
there's no
Here's the
one
problem,
who's
right?
come
The
out and
problem is
said,
that
"Yo, we've done these numbers."
I think the bigger problem we have is that a lot of the guys that we think are actually at the pinnacle hip hop at that time when we get that feature, you know, we try so hard to make it seem as if that person is bigger than what they are. To be fair, when Rick Ross did the song with Questa, ain't no one listening to Rick Ross at that point. You know, Rick Ross, in fact, in that same year did a feature with some kid called The Crim, and that kid called The Crim. I mean, I heard his song, and his song was hella dope, but no one actually listened to that song because Rick Ross is on it. You know, it's the quality of your song first before your feature. Because here's my thing: if you got a big name feature and you know that name sparks a conversation, if you yourself don't deliver on that song, your features wait. Just having Drake on a song doesn't mean that people are gonna start listening to it. Go look at like 6ix9ine's you know stats where he's got the song with Anuel, and Anuel is like one of these crazy Hispanic guys who gets like every time he gets a video. If the song from Takeshi is not good enough to actually have Anuel shine on it, and for Takeshi to shine on it on his own, that song is never going to get any credential from anyone else. Because you can go and find, and that video hasn't even hit 1 million views because what you brought to the table versus the person that you're actually bringing in to feature. If that person isn't at par with what you have, or you're not enough anymore, and it's over. So there's no point in even getting a Rick Ross feature. It's not even a waste. It's almost like we're getting the scraps at the end of the plate. You know?
Yeah,
You're basically getting Rick Ross when he's defeated. Like that's not going to make any difference.
I hear you.
And it doesn't hurt Rick Ross's what you call this stock. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
even hurt him for shit.
Nah.
Like
yeah,
dude is gonna be Rick Ross with or without you. It's
yeah,
like there's a kid that wanted
Exactly.
that got a Ricky Rick feature
yeah,
3 years back. Like we don't know who that kid is.
yeah.
We don't know who he is. Like we still don't know who he
Who you
is.
are?
Like to show you, like it was even his song. Like we didn't know. We still don't know who the kid is. So now, if you're doing the same thing with like an international, you had Rich Homie Quan, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you might say, "Huh, Rich Homie Quan is not as big," but he still has a core audience that is more bigger than your core audience currently. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which is like South African people. Yes, they listen. The entire South Africa is listening, but
You know, you know,
how much audience are like a paying customer?
yeah. It's bringing me to my next point. The fact that you guys are mentioning that, because for me, I looked at it the other way. I was actually looking at like Radio Monitor and how we consume music in South Africa. Do you feel like the fans, the people who are actually consuming music, sometimes are the influences that influence all of these creatives to kind of like conform? Because if you look at the most listened music in South Africa, you can look at the top 10 of the songs. I don't think you can even find one South African song right now. I mean, in 2019, there wasn't. I'm not sure about 2020 because the stats are not out. In 2019, most streamed artists in the top 10, there was not even one South African albums. There was not even one South African album. So I'm trying to figure that out. What?
Let's see if I have JID.
Yeah.
Why would I listen to Aries if I have JID?
Okay.
Why would I listen to Casper Your Vest if I have what you call this? What's that nigga's name that died? Pop Smoke.
Pop
Rest in
Smoke.
peace. If like why would I listen to these people? Like why would I listen to these people if they keep conform? They actually do it themselves. They
Yes.
conform. But if you go
I
to
would
Muzi,
listen. I would listen
if you
to
listen
them
to
if
if you listen to Muzi's music different. If you listen to what you call this? What's that nigga's name? ASAP Shambe.
Yeah.
Their music is different. When you listen to OK Malum Kuket, that music is different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those people have to, most of the time they give their music out for free, so they're not even on streams. You get what I mean? So they can't be on streams. But the people have their songs out there. But then because people have machines behind them, Casper Nyovest has had that Def Jam, that Universal machine. He's had the Family Tree machine behind him. He's had Kalawa behind him since 2012. So the machine is pushing these artists that are in front of, like Boiti. Like who wants to listen to Boiti's music? Like for real. Like who is out there looking for a Boiti song? I'm not dissing Boiti. I'm saying like who is going out and saying I want to listen to a Boiti song when it drops. Like you see, like the machines are pushing these artists that have a bigger brand. It's the exact same thing as like what happened on Wild 'N Out. Wild 'N Out used to want comedians and all that shit. But now it's only getting people because of how much fame they have on there. You get what I mean? And then they switch back. When they switch back, everyone loves Walla Not again. It's like the machines are pushing brand. They just want something Universal, Sony. They just want something that's already made.
So
So already made means mediocre.
yeah, I'm with you on that one. So I'm with that point. Most of the people that you're mentioning have a machine behind them. I know with the indie state, but the machine, the same artists that are number one and topping charts are the same artists that are coming from the same machine that the South African artists have. is it a contract thing that the machine is not working the same way for them, or is it actually the people are actually not actually listening to the music?
Bro, you know what
Son,
it is, dog. I feel, bro, if your music is dope, you know what? One thing that I've realized, especially with this new age and this 2020, where people are now with streaming, bro. If your music, if you make better music than Pop Smoke, Pop Smoke's fans are gonna listen to your music, bro. Like if you make better music than J. Cole, J. Cole's fans are gonna listen to your music, bro. People are open and willing. They just want quality product. But if you if people are if you're making music just to get on or just to get hype or just we can hear it now as opposed to back in the day where there was so few channels of us getting music that whatever we heard we would we would worship because it's like oh shit, this is the only thing that's out there and we can't compare it to nothing else. Now when Nasty C drops and Pops and Cardi B drops and anybody else that we comparing them on the same plane because they're all on the same playlist. So if your song is not dope enough to stay in the playlist or to keep our attention, then
we was,
over time people
we
start
were speaking
realizing that
about this
yo,
the
bro,
other
like
day. Speaking about this, like in
you
terms
keep
of these,
giving me a product that's subpar. Why should I subscribe, bro? Like
yeah, like look at their numbers after they drop. Like the all of these people drop into within the top five of like let's say Apple Music. They drop within the top five, top 10, right? 2 weeks later, these people are not even in the top 100. Like you can't drop a full tape or project today and not be able to maintain that status for like at least 2 weeks.
and the
Like two
machine can
weeks.
only do so much. The machine would rather tell you drop another song in because this song is not happening, bro. Like we can't keep it on the playlist.
Guys, here's the thing.
It's user.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing, Space. I hear what everyone's saying. But if you're on Radio Master right now, okay, and you actually top 10, in the top 10 alone, you don't actually have an independent label within hip hop that's got any song in that top 10. You need to go all the way down to
That's sad.
Very
shit.
sad.
Uh,
That's sad.
it's that sad. And my thing is, I'm saying this based on the fact that I don't look at a label like Ambitious and which means that they do have some strings that they can pull. It's not necessarily the same as having an Elaine who does have numbers or strings
Yeah.
purely independent. And when I look through this list, literally in the top 50 guys, there's not a single person who does hip hop who is in that list. And
Yeah.
that just shows that what's happening is that our indie market, if you can't find a fully indie artist within hip hop, I mean, let's make it crazy and say in the top 100, actually sitting there constant
That's what I was saying. Like if
is
you look at
actually making a change. It doesn't work.
Willie Cardiac, Lucas Rabs. Okay, I don't like Tabi, but Tabi, Champagne 69,
Yeah.
Champagne 69.
Yeah.
All these kids,
I
Patrick
saw, I
Lee.
saw, yo, I
You
saw
see,
those guys' numbers. Them nigga Willie Cardiac is doing numbers, bro. Like his
Yeah, but
Willie
you
Cardiac
see,
has
he's doing
50
Spotify
million plays,
subscribers and
and
stuff.
numbers, social media.
yeah, and but they're not making, but they're not. You see, they're not making numbers on they're not making numbers on radio because radio doesn't play these people
They don't
at all.
have
Like
that.
yeah, and the machine. This is the problem with the machine because the machine now is looking at is like we're not pushing the kids. We're not gonna push the kids on. We're not gonna try sign these kids because all these kids just want to be independent. Because we listen, like South Africans, we really like no lie, we really listen to
The
what's
music.
happening out there. What's been happening with the music? Like
Mm.
every
Yeah.
artist is complaining. Every 2 months, every artist has in the states complaining. My contract is whack. My contract this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do this. So most artists, if you talk to them, they'll tell you straight, like, I'm not signing with none of these people because these people are this or this.
Yeah.
And they do want the machine, but then we don't have agencies in SA like an
Yeah.
agency that will sign you and get
And
so much pop and then just push
yeah,
you out without, we don't have that. Everyone is just
and
one
the
side.
machine and the machine's influence is starting to become more and more and more noticeable by the year, by the minute, man. Like you can start to see with okay, yeah, nah,
Yeah,
the machine actually has been plugging people for years, bro.
yeah.
It's just that kids nowadays have realized that how
Whose
why
fault is
is it
that
when
though?
I go on Spotify,
I have
eh?
I have a question though
Whose fault is that though?
on that. I think that the whole
That's a
industry.
tricky question to
I,
answer.
well, I think
In the
that
top 50, in the top 50 hip hop South Africa on iTunes, top 40. Let me say top 40. There's only two South African songs.
yeah. So my here's my thing, because the thing is the machine. I understand where you guys are coming from, and I understand why these kids don't want to be signed, which is another thing. It's not bad to be signed as long as you know what you're signing. I think from my side, as long as you know what you want to leverage from the machine, because the machine is always gonna be bigger. It's always gonna get you. But my thing is now, it's even scarier in SA when you bring out stats like that, where like in the top 50 you're only finding two, and you're finding that majority of the industry or the hip hop industry has a machine behind them. So my thing, what I'm trying to decipher is what is it not working? Is it the music? I think we have deciphered that everything else is working, but it feels like the music itself is not really to that par.
Exactly, exactly. The musical quality is not there, and it's something that's a little bit sad to actually pronounce. But the mere fact that we go on our chats and we start to think about top 50s or top 100s in terms of hip hop or anything of that nature, we always go to people that are pushed by the machine. We never look beyond the fact that everyone who's got crazy numbers with one record. I mean, the other day you guys were talking about Kuli Chana, and how many number one singles he had off the one album.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
my head, I'm like, Kuli Chana, really, really? Because
Yeah, apparently
what
he has
I
one of the
remember
greatest
in
album.
that time period, someone else was being pushed more. But you understand what I mean? Now, for me, it gives me a little bit of anxiety because then I'm like, if Kuli Chana's got, then is it because radio stations are playing his music without us caring, or is it because he actually had number one hit singles? Because for me, when you guys are reciting that list, yeah, here and there, but because the numbers were there to back it up, I couldn't have a debate towards it.
Yeah, it becomes difficult to actually chime in because it's like, but he has the numbers. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I
Exactly.
get what you're saying.
Yeah, which is another thing. I mean, for me, it's the numbers. I mean, we're living in an age where we cannot ignore the fact that the industry is being run by numbers. We cannot sit here and be like, yeah, but we're authentic. Nah, this is because it's a fact. The machine is gonna look at the numbers. The people who are consuming the music are actually looking at the numbers. Not all of them, but the influence of the number is still there. Knowing that the artist is in the top 10 is gonna make them get played, and they're gonna be advertised. They're gonna be in your face. Same thing with YouTube. If you go to YouTube and see somebody, who has 1 million views compared to somebody who has 1,000 views, you're probably gonna watch a video with 1 million views. So yeah, the number kind of debate. It's one that I would like to hear from you guys. How do you see? Do you feel like it's a
I'm
true
saying,
representation of what's happening?
yeah, I'm saying, um, the numbers are important, but in SA because of like I'm looking at it based on piracy and numbers. Like you need to see like if a little kid is walking past you and then they playing music off their phone. That's how you judge. That's how I judge normally, like where the song is at. Like SMA, like that song was big, but that was a pop song. That was a pop hip hop. It was not a fully hip hop song. You know what I mean? Look at the last hip hop hits that have been in the country. When was the last one? The last one was I think Spirit. That was proper hip
For
hop. The
real?
rest have been pop songs. Yeah,
For real?
AKA, yeah, AKA does pop, dude. Like we
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah,
sound does AKA sound? You're gonna
yeah,
put AKA part of hip hop? No. Yeah, he raps, but his
mm,
music is more for everyone. Fly and Versace Dog is a pop song, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
even though he's
It's
rapping,
urban.
I think you're
yeah,
right.
It's
nah,
Yo,
it's a
urban
pop
You're
song.
music.
right, Chris. Like,
yo,
like
It's a pop song,
space,
dude. It's a
space,
pop song. Like it's properly pop.
space.
Yeah.
Chris Black. Sorry, space just raised another
facts.
thing that made you. Did you guys see that the record labels, the big record labels, are trying to get rid of the urban word in the genres?
Yeah, they're removing urban in the
Mm.
genres. That's dope. That's not dope even. Still, it's still dope, but it's not dope at the same time.
Well, you can carry
What are
on
you
with
gonna
your
say?
point.
I
What are,
don't know. I
what
don't think it
what
is.
are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I,
Um, urban music is. You're gonna say it's pop, or you're gonna say it's hip hop?
nah,
Because now
it's,
they're gonna try
I
push the they're
don't
gonna
think
push the
people
narrative of putting it
look,
in
look.
pop.
for the past 10
It's not
years.
about
I don't
what
even think
urban
people cared
is.
about the word urban, bro. Like,
No,
is it dope?
They do. Chris. They do
Mm,
because just remember that when you look at if you think about the kings of pop in today's market, you know, you're gonna swing to Ed Sheeran, you're gonna swing to the Taylor Swifts, you know, the Adele's and whatnot, and that's because they've made it in such a way that pop music belongs to white people. It doesn't actually belong to black people at all, which is why they have an urban contemporary, urban pop, which is where then you find the Pussycat Dolls, you know, and all these the Destiny's Child, all these groups that were made for the urban R&B type lifestyle that cross over into the popular market, go into the urban category, you know. And look, it is part of the problem because you've got a lot of people releasing under their own labels or independent, you know, to like a major label
mm,
and whatnot. That does help,
mm,
but we're forgetting the fact that what happens a lot of the time in this country is that once someone has a label that has any foothold, and when I say any foothold, I mean I'm talking Rap Life Records. You know, Rap Life Records has got one, maybe two big artists under their belt, and the and Sony controls this for you and controls that for you. We don't clearly have independence, which means that the music is always going to sound the same. If if Questa makes a type of hip hop where instead of dope, he's in Fnac and whatnot, it means that the only other person who can do that, if that's what Sony accepts, is someone within Rap Life. If you come from another independent label and you try and do that, you have to conform to that independent label for whoever their major is. If their major is like one and they're looking for a sound that is very UK based or whatnot, fuck your Fnac, bro. We need you to speak English, you know, across the board.
Oh,
yeah,
makes sense.
that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense. So the like, but then like tying it into an urban thing. In South Africa, I don't think we have an urban thing, an
We've got
urban
Afro,
genre.
we've got
Yeah, we have Afro pop,
We've
African
got
white, bro.
Afro pop.
we have Afro pop, and we have that's why I didn't even call what AKA did Afro pop, or AKA does pop. Like he raps, yes, but he's a pop star. Like all of his stuff
Yeah,
is like towards that pop genre. If you look at what what's that Amatimon? That's what's that song? That whack song by Casper.
Yeah, I'm a
It's
demon.
Amatimon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a straight like Casper this entire year has released two songs that rip off that nigga Pop Smoke, which
Yeah.
like for me as a Pop Smoke fan got
Yeah.
pissed off because of that. But
Yeah.
I understand Casper's never been a person that innovates in any genre. Like
Yeah.
he innovates in terms of the hustle that he does that he brings to the hip hop game.
yeah, but
So
The
people
so
need to
hustle
remember
and
can
what
he's
I-
an innovator.
can I ask?
radio's under.
Sorry. You can Anderson.
Yeah, I was saying it's also because of the label that he's under. I mean, as soon as Casper Nyovest, to be fair, as soon as he left Family Tree as a fully independent label, you know, from Galao, where they just help him distribution and he signed and Universal, you could forget about any sort of innovation from him or from his side. He's literally going to do whatever's popular. The mere terms of hip hop ever since he signed to the label, and all he's been doing is handing us out these singles, which all make it to number one at some point and then drop off, whatever it is, shows you that that's a machine.
But the machine is not working
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
him
And I
at
was
the
like,
moment. Like
you
it's
know, no, here's
bad.
the thing, it does work. See, that's the thing, it does work. It doesn't work in what we see in terms of face value, but the mere fact that he can sit on radio, I mean, the song was released when in February, and he can still sit in the top 50 of Radio Monitor, and it still gets airplay and whatnot. Means that the UMG machine is pushing that song because it works for radio, it works for popular culture, it hip hop. But then again, that's why radio stations also have a fall off in terms of listenership. You can't listen to YFM the same way because they don't play the same type of music. I mean, the mere fact that Metro FM break at the same time shows you that there's no boundaries across the board. You know, like we don't have that substance where you're like, if you are on radio, you're on radio because your music is dope. You're just on radio because your label decided We're gonna make
Yes.
something that the general public loves, and if the general public loves it, we're gonna put on radio, and it's gonna be on high rotation.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, that
Sorry, space. Chris Black. I hear you were saying about not innovating anything. Where do we draw the line between influence, being influenced to follow a sound, and actually just? Do you feel like because of the stage of the artist or how big they are in South Africa, they shouldn't be doing that? They shouldn't be going with the wave of the sound because they established themselves, or is it based on just being able to innovate something that's gonna be unique for where we are?
Bro, when I play Questa and I play Drake or I play any other artist, I don't be like, oh, Questa sounds like this guy. Every single time I play an Aries song, I hear Drake. Every single time. Every single time I play the Big Hash, I hear. But I used to start at first when I started playing practically, I heard Travis Scott, but he evolved over that. When I listened to Nasty C at first, I heard Drake. He evolved after that. Like now, whenever you hear a Nasty C song, you'll hear that, oh, this is Nasty C. When you listen to a Tejo song, you know this is Tejo. So it comes to a point where you're like, what are we listening to? Like, what are we giving props to? Like, I want to give props. I want to give flowers to everyone that does it. You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah,
want to give.
what's the saying? Good artists copy, great artists steal. You know, like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like the same when they explain how Shakespeare stole a whole lot from Plutarch, but like he made that shit his own,
bro,
man.
nigga,
Like
why are you going so philosophical, bro? Shit.
Let me go. Let me go. Let me
sorry
give you
guys,
this
I'm
example. Let me
reading a
give you this
lot.
example. Let me give you this example. Right?
Aware.
If you listen to South Africa, if you listen to anything that's South African house, right,
Yeah.
except for Deep House and Deep Tech is a different story. Like there's people that copy European Deep Tech, and Deep Tech people steal some from South African Deep Tech. But if you listen to the mainstream genre of house that we have, is Gqom, is Amapiano, right? Those are the two mainstreams, and then we have the other ones, which is like I'll name the artist. I'll give Sanel, I'll give Heavy K, and I'll give Prince KB.
And
Every time you play any of those people's music and you play it to any house DJ overseas,
yeah,
there's no comparison at all.
it's unique.
No freaking comparison at all. It's unique. But why does it when it comes to hip hop? Because if you take Stormzy in hip hop, when you take Stormzy and you play anyone from the states, they don't sound the same at all. You know what I mean? That's why
I'll tell
when
you what
that's
I
why
think.
that's why at the point.
Aware.
I think the bigger issue here is how we actually consume music. You know, like the one trend that I've seen, something that's actually going to stop or disappear anytime soon, is featured artists or artists who are on a song and it's not their song. When I think about SA in the past year, right, the biggest hitters that have actually been in SA, minus the actual DJ names and whatnot, is Msaki, you've got Shasha, and you've got Something Soweto. These are people who, on their own projects individually, might have had some fair fan play, and they got numbers on it and so forth. But they're constantly within the top 10 of any radio station, constantly within the top 10 of any playlist you find on Apple Music that has to do with anything that they've actually covered across the board. Which means that we fall victim to, if someone new just pops up, and is singing, and you like the one song that they're on, we automatically switch and we're trying to find every single song that they're on, hoping that we can find the next hit. And this is what propels them to stardom. Because now, if we're talking about Msaki, if I ask any of you guys to give me an Msaki original song, you probably don't know one. However, you know every single song that has got number one with Msaki. Same thing can be said for the same thing. So same thing can be Sasha. In this country, unfortunately, we're biased towards people who can sing in a certain style that makes sense for us. So if someone like Black Diamond rocks up and no one knows who they are, but one can sing along to it, automatically that's the start and it's done. You're going to look for every other song that they have. The mere fact that their number one song on Radio Monix is a song that, to be fair, is probably the worst on their project, speaks volumes, because it means that they found this song and said, "Oh yeah, this is a song that I think you need to listen to because I heard A, B, and C from them the other day." And just like that, we've got that evolution. Now the problem in hip hop is that in hip hop people don't want to help. Fair. I was
Mhm.
very surprised when Costa Titch got it from Ricky Rick and AK. It's very hard to find people in the industry who are like, "Yo, we don't know who the fuck you are, but like
We'll both
for that
co-sign.
song,
Yeah.
you know, because we're always about this whole
That's-
pride thing and a clan thing, and
That one was-
you know, you need to be from this designation and you need to be from another one. Whereas if you look at music generally, the mere fact that Msaki is on a hip hop song, she's on a house song, she's on an Afro pop song, she's on an Afrikaans pop song, and the top 20 of Radio Monte shows that the versatility is not from her saying that I only do Afro pop and that's it. It's her also allowing herself to actually, you know, be influenced by others and to learn from those people. That's what doesn't happen in hip hop. Unfortunately, in hip hop, you're not going to find a big hash trying to actually make a song, J something, and find a new style within his genre. That's not going to happen.
That's actually a fair point.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I
It's
agree
not.
with it.
It's bad. It's bad to get to a point where, uh, like other genres will always thrive in South Africa. Hip hop had its nice run there from 2010 until 2018, 2019, and then 2018 they took it back. Like House took it back. The reason being is no one is innovating and doing anything. I'm not saying even house music is that of quality, the ones that are
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
at the top.
I wanted
It's
to
not
make
even-
that point.
I'm not saying
But
all of the
it's
songs,
new.
but it's yeah, but it's always something like if you look at what Prince KB did from Remote Control to Fetch Your Love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is big.
Yeah,
bro.
that's huge.
From
That's
from
huge.
Club Control and then Fetch Your Love, like that. I know why those songs. We all know why those songs were good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty mixed
Social-
with yeah. You listen to voices that these house DJs like. That's the problem. Like genres that are for the niche market, as in hip hop is for the niche market. Pop music is for everyone. Like pop, yeah. Niche market music is trying to compete with festival music, and you're always gonna lose with festival music. That's what I was saying. Like, I was speaking right now, like with my manager. I was saying like we don't have a circuit in South Africa that we tour, right? As
Yeah,
hip hop
yeah.
people. So if I take any festival, in South Africa and I remove all the hip hop acts, that festival still works.
You remember?
If I
Actually,
remove,
probably works
if I take it, yeah, if I take the entire festival and I remove all the house DJs,
It's
that
not gonna
festival
work.
doesn't get the numbers.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
know,
gonna work.
you remember we had
So
the
we don't have our
Good
own
idea.
culture. We keep talking about our own culture, but
Yeah.
we want to get booked at festivals before we've even cultivated our own people.
Yeah, you remember we had a conversation about the circuit, like which artists can kind of like fill up these venues, and I think we based it more on hip hop. Now that we actually having this conversation, I would like to just revisit it a little bit. Do you think there's an artist, no matter what genre in South Africa, who can one man 1 hour without any opening act, without anybody coming to help, do a show
Black
and
Coffee does
F&B?
not count.
Black Coffee did it.
Black Coffee
F&B
does not
Stadium.
count. Don't count Black Coffee. Black Coffee is not a South African artist anymore.
F&B
He's
Stadium.
an international artist. It's like saying
Scorpion
Trevor
Kings,
Noah.
Scorpion
Philip-
Kings will definitely.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about
Scorpion
to go
Kings,
to
yeah.
Scorpion Kings.
Yes.
You
I was
Don't
go-
give,
I
don't
wanted
give me
to say
Trevor
my
Noah.
word.
Don't give me. Don't
Tell you
give
the
me,
truth.
don't
I
give
know it's
me
because
none of those
I love the
people.
indie market, but look, I know it's about indie market, but right now, hands down, I think Elaine would be able to do that.
What?
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
You think Elaine will do
Guys,
F&B
disagree.
one with one E EP?
I
I think she
I don't think
An hour.
Elaine could survive Limpopo.
An hour.
Like I don't think she could survive.
No, guys.
I think
no,
she can survive. I
it's because-
think she can
I think,
survive
guys,
a
guys,
venue of
guys,
5,000.
I think it's because of how we got introduced to a music and how we assume that a music works. The mere
I
fact that my sister
I
who
believe she can
hardly
do,
ever
can
listened
do
to
5,000.
any
I believe she can do
listen to that.
5,000.
I think even more than that. I think she could do it like, okay, maybe F&B is pushing it, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot pushing it.
Like
That's pushing it.
30,000 people in one venue. I'm
I don't think
serious.
she can
I'm
do-
serious.
Okay,
More
maybe
people-
the
Five
dome.
thousand max.
may-
More people
and that's
The
a
dome,
amazing.
no.
Elaine.
And I'm only mentioning the dome because it's in Joburg.
And there's more people than that
That's
listening
the
to her
only
already.
reason I'm actually mentioning the
In
dome.
Joburg, yeah.
I mean,
In
that's
Joburg.
the
I
only
think she
reason I'm
could.
mentioning the dome. You know what I mean? But if we're talking circuit, meaning she'd have to go move around and go, nah.
I'm saying even one show a year, F&B, or even let's scale it down to the dome. The dome is like
She doesn't
20,000.
have
Dome,
enough
20K.
anyway.
That's
20K.
She doesn't have enough yet, dog. A
20K.
catalog of one tape is not a
No,
catalog.
bro.
Guys.
Let's not do that. No,
One tape is not a catalog, guys.
no.
One
That's
tape.
what
How many
20,000.
how
No.
many hits
See,
does she have in that one catalog?
all five of them. That's the sad part. And I'm just saying it based on the fact that it's what I'm hearing generally from just
Mara, an hour
being
for 5
randomly,
songs.
you know, someone. Like
An
the
hour
fact
for
that-
5 songs.
Yo, bro, I don't think
because
it's day
after
goes by. Here's my thing.
after she performs,
Look.
after she
We can
performs
talk
the
about a
EP,
catalog. Look,
she's done.
look, we can talk about a catalog. Here's my thing. We can talk about a catalog, right? But my point is the mere fact that every day, I don't think I have a day that goes by where, you know, it's a car that drives past me that's not playing a song, or
You don't
trying to
hear
clean my
LA.
fucking living room and then neighbor.
No,
Every
no,
day.
no. We
Yeah,
think
she's
that
popping.
7
She's-
songs.
she's
Yeah,
popping.
20.
I'm not
She's
saying that of
Her
the
tape
five
is
songs,
22
you know,
minutes long.
it's gonna be.
Her tape is 22
it-
minutes long.
Here's my thing. I'm not saying that she's
That's not even a sin.
gonna have that hour, whatever it is. I'm just saying that through her breakout project itself, though, through her breakout project, I believe that there is 20,000 people willing to actually listen to her for that 22 minutes.
Now, I don't. I feel like there is people who are listening to her music, but I don't think there's people who buy tickets to go listen to her music. I don't think right now.
Ticket buyers and music listeners are two
Yeah,
different things.
it's not easy for a new artist to convince somebody to buy a ticket. It took a while for Java for people to say we're gonna buy to go and fill up, because you have to have.
And we need to stop this thing of like one show every year, like one show every year. Like no.
Yeah, we need to do a touring. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, we can't drop.
Yeah.
We can't do fill up the dome. Fill up the dome was a big dope initiative. Fill up Orlando was a big dope initiative. Fill up F&B was bigger. You get what I mean? And then after there,
all of those together, man.
yeah, after there we need a run. Dude.
start
Like,
doing-
not. We don't want 20,000 each venue. Nah, give us 10,000. Give us an arena, dog. Give us like 5,000, 6,000, 6,000 people.
But
There's a lot
I
of
think-
people in the venue,
I,
bro.
I think also that's where the difference between the machine in SA or in Africa and the machine in the States, where with the machine in the States, the whole point, they gear you up for the tour, whereas in SA, you
They
know,
don't- they put
gear
you
up
on a
for
tour.
festival.
So as
You know
soon
what I mean?
as
They're like-
in the States, as soon
they're
as
like,
you
oh.
drop a tape, they put you on someone else's tour as the machine,
Yeah, but-
and they use Live Nation for that. They have
You
another
live off
machine
gigs,
that
you
does
don't
it.
live off.
But what I mean is that when you with the States is that they gear you up for your own tour. So eventually, what their aim is that you need to be able to do 50 states. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
need to go on tour. So much so that even the smallest of bands in the US tour. Everybody
Yeah,
tours
they
in
do.
the US. And
Because
that's what they do.
that-
But in SA, the machine doesn't get involved on that end. You know what I mean?
yeah, because
Like,
we don't
it's
have
like,
a tour machine.
like, okay, we
It's not even
gave
just
you the
about a
album,
tour.
we put you on the playlist, we put you on radio, but tour, or you gotta sort yourself out. You know what I mean? Whereas in the
Nah.
States, they connect you with the Live Nation and make sure, okay, yo,
Space.
we need an artist to tour so that we can make more money.
Our-
Let me ask you this, right? Between SA and
Yeah.
the States, who do you think has a bigger gig market?
The States.
No, SA.
Bigger
Right?
gig
In the States,
market.
they believe in touring, yeah, right? But here's my thing. Listen, they believe in the touring one. But when we think about like festivals in the States, there's a lot of big festivals in the States, but I don't think they've got more festivals than what we have down here. The
They only
difference is
started
that
doing
down here,
festivals
we
last
know
year.
that-
They started doing festivals last year.
Yeah,
The biggest
don't
Neo
have
festival was last year. They don't have
No,
festivals.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm
agree
trying to
with that
say. You know?
because
And because
there's never been a reason.
but
There's never
here's the
been
thing. Because of that in the States, well, see, the thing is, Space, in the States, the people then want to end up touring because if you tour, it means that you've got more people watching you. Whereas in SA, if you actually hit all of these gigs, man, like you hit Major League Gardens, you know, you hit Black Coffee,
Doesn't exist.
Ram Thing, you hit Casper Festival. That's how you basically get your word out to the people. That's the equivalent to touring to them. I don't think we'll ever have that same type of ability because we've got way too many gigs that people already like Pop Bottles and all that names that are long dead. But people still listen to that name like, oh, Pop Bottles is actually something big. Whereas in the States, you don't have a lot of those festivals the same way. I mean, there's indie festivals, there's festivals for just hip hop, there's festivals for just this. But down here, you know, unless you're talking about like the really, really big festivals, we got way the stage for two 10 songs, whatever it is, because they know that that amount of time will get them to their people.
And how many people at these festivals in SA come there on time, dude? Like, let's talk about time first and foremost. Like you look at everyone else, everyone else.
It don't matter if you bought the ticket, fam.
Dude, Ricky Rick in
The sale is the sale.
2015 came to Siawusa, dog. He performed for 10 people. And 10 people there were the people working that shit, dog. Like you understand, like that's Ricky Rick, dog. Like
This nigga's
that,
foul.
we have fest.
No, that is the big problem with SA. that
No,
we've got
I'm
way
like,
too many fucking gigs.
yeah, can't perform to 10
We
people
do,
in my
dog.
hood. Like I'm,
We do, dog. We've got too many gigs,
Bruh,
and
I literally, guys,
it's not.
I did a show for
Yo.
AKA and I saw that nigga perform to 12 people. But shout out to that motherfucker.
yeah, all of them they perform.
Yeah,
That
he-
nigga had 12 people in the
he
crowd
will-
and gave them
He will
best
perform his heart
performance
out.
I've ever
That
seen
nigga.
from them. Like, holy shit.
That's
You know,
exactly what
but
you're supposed to
change
do.
the fact
also seen
that
him
there was
perform to, like, a
12
small
fucking.
crowd. I saw
Yeah,
Ralph
because
come
you don't
once
have a
perform
culture.
The
to-
worst thing is that he performed to 10 people in the crowd. There was 10 people in the stadium, but there was 300 people outside the stadium
Outside.
looking in through the fences. That was
Yeah,
fucked up.
Yo,
you know
I
why?
must
You know
say.
why? We're talking about this. We're talking about this. You know, South Africa, we pay 150, maybe $200 for a ticket, like general, like Marikana. You know what I mean?
yeah.
In the States, Marikana is $150. $150. That's 1,000 something or 2,000 rands. 1,000. Let's times it by 10. 1,500. 1,500 for Marikana. So you see how they started teaching their people from get go. Like we doing it. opposite. We going to-
standard of
let me finish,
living
let
is
me
not the
finish.
same. So I don't think it's really fair for us to
Nah,
go.
let me.
What do you
let
mean
me-
standard
they
space?
paying-
let me finish what I was saying. I was saying we they went from touring small gigs to being able to charge that amount for Marikana. You know what I mean? And then did festivals. You get what I mean? So now when you get to the festival and you paid $50 for there, and the festival ticket is $200, you're gonna pay because the show was dope. I want to see you with more people, and then the reason we have to work backwards, we have to work from the fact that we doing festivals, and then now we need to create circuits, and then those circuits are going to feed into the festivals. The festivals are going to be bigger and better. You get what I mean? Like, so we need to start creating
Yeah.
a company like Big Concerts needs to like step up and be like, okay, cool. Let's create an ecosystem that's gonna feed itself. Like, let's start an ecosystem. Live Nation has one. Like, Live Nation
Honestly,
has
based-
a
based
tour
on what
date.
you're saying, we don't have enough free gigs.
Sorry, man. You said we don't have
Can you
enough.
repeat that?
Oh, sorry. I was saying, based on what Chris Black says, actually, we don't have enough free gigs. Like, when you think about the fact that every gig in this country you're going to pay to actually go in, whether it's a top notch, you know, like artists that are actually going to pop off or new incoming or whatever it is, you're going to pay. And having a free gig or having, you know, these showcases where people can actually just perform to feed into festival circuits, we don't have that, bro. Like, Chris Black is 100% right. It's nonsense, actually, in some ways. I can't actually go somewhere and scout for an artist.
Yeah, I think.
Who goes to open mics?
Yeah, I think those are no longer null and
I used
existent.
to host open mics.
I think it comes to that conversation we had, Chris Black, about, I think even the industry itself, the people who are the artists themselves, because of this generation of, I want to get paid from the get-go. When I give you a beat, you got to give me money. A lot of people who are promoters and stuff and people who used to host these open mics don't feel the need because they're not getting a lot of people coming through because they're like, now exposure
Yeah.
doesn't pay.
Everyone just wants to, like in SA we don't get the bag with the fame. We get the fame or nothing. Like we don't. There's no bag, bro. Like
Yeah, because
people are hugging so much on the fame part of the stuff, and they don't look at the bag.
So much so
The
that
more
we're
people- the
desperate,
more
man.
people-
Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at that whole
we are,
AKA with that Reebok situation, dog. Like,
Ish.
bro, ain't no American artist would have stood for that, dog, just because it's a moment. Like, so he even said it was a what was a
it made sense.
For the
It
culture.
was
For the
actually a dope
culture.
thing,
was for the culture.
makes
What
sense.
the fuck does that mean, bro? You
but it
getting
does
the
make
bag
sense.
for putting your name on a sneaker is for the culture. you not get paid, like what message does that send to somebody who looks up to AK that oh shit, doing something for the culture doesn't necessarily mean I need to get paid. Okay, cool, fair enough.
Yeah,
But you're
it makes
working with a
like
brand like Reebok, bro. So that means if Nike approaches
Yeah,
Costa Teach
please.
and
That's
says,
what
wait,
it
"Do
is.
you
what are
want
you
to do a
saying, Space?
collab?"
Space, so you're
He's
saying
gonna
that
say,
everyone has
"I
to be
don't need to
paid.
get paid."
Space, are you saying that
It's
everyone needs to
not
get
that.
paid? Yeah, that's
Besides,
the problem that we're talking about. You're not
No,
supposed to get paid for every single thing.
you go to a
If it
brand and
moves
then you look
if
at
it
the brand
moves
and
the
say, it's
needle.
Reebok.
yeah, but then we start. I'm not saying you have to get paid for everything, dude. But there's certain important things that you do need to get paid for, and that
Yeah,
should
he
matter.
gets paid
Yes,
for
Yes,
he
you.
gets
for
paid for he gets paid
one of them.
he gets paid he gets paid for the alcohol. And wasn't the first person to get sponsored by alcohol in SA.
Besides that,
And the
though,
first people that got sponsored by alcohol, I remember that Les used to
some
get
of it
like
doesn't have
a
to be
Ciroc
paid.
a Ciroc bottle that box that had his name on it, like the Les. I don't think they got a serious bag for that. They got a bag. But now that
But
AKA
now
now can
now
get
you're talking
royalties,
about exposure.
listen,
The
that's what
exposure,
I'm
like
saying.
that's
Like
the exposure conversation of saying I
that's
need to do the
exactly
gig
what I was
because of
saying.
exposure. And what happened with that whole exposure topic is because it just got to a point where promoters didn't want to pay totally. You know what I mean? Like it's not just now some gigs where it's okay, cool. You know what I mean? Now it's like if I'm not
there's
on
an area
TV,
where that stops though.
if I'm not on TV and I've got a
Mm,
gig in Limpopo, I'm expecting to come
mm.
back for exposure. You're not even gonna give me gas, bro. Gas head. I need to get there and come back. You know what I mean?
You
I
see,
get doing things for
that's
free, man.
are we
I
talking
look
what
look
level are you talking? What level are you talking at this for? Like what level are you talking at this
at
for?
both, bro. At both, bro. Look, the way
Nah,
I
you
see
see,
it, bro,
at
like
high levels, if Casper does not do fill up the dome, right, and loses money, I'm just like I don't know if he lost money or made money. I'm just making like a hypothetical situation. At Casper's level, he doesn't do the dome. It shows everyone else that South African hip hop can't do such a feat. You know what I mean? He has to bear the brunt of what's happening there. But at a lower level, when you're trying to push the needle at a lower level, there's certain things that you have to say yes to. Um, like that's what I was alluding to. The Les and them did the Ciroc thing 2012 2011 for free probably, or for a little bag compared to what AKA and Casper did for Ciroc. They had to bear that brunt for what AKA and them are doing right now. AKA doing the sneaker deal means that without him exposing how much he made, means that now a label like Nike can be like, okay, cool. In SA, they have people. Let's try to do this with someone. You get what I mean? You have to bear the brunt for the next generation. But at a lower level, dog, like you can't be expecting to get paid like what's his name, Metro Booming, when you haven't even released any song with 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 nobody, bro. Like you want 200, you want 500 and something. I don't even have 500 and something to go shoot the video. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? You want 500 for this beat, but you are not even certified yet, dude. Like Zaytoven gave the Migos Versace beat for free, dog. Yeah, he knew he got back end because he's an imagine an established person that had So Icy at that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Icy has made him a millionaire by that time.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gave the Migos the Versace beat for free. Like, who are you as a young person to be like in the game to be like, nah, I'm not gonna drive up to Limpopo to do a gig for free. You're not gonna give me gas and whatever. Like that means you're not looking at the bigger picture. Like, okay, cool, let me do this one thing. Next time, nah, I can't do it. I did it the first time. You get what I mean?
Oh,
That's
wow.
what I was saying.
Yeah, I feel you on that one, and I feel I understand where you're coming from because a lot of people expect a lot even when they're coming in, and you gotta understand that there's people in the industry who have worked, who the people we call the gatekeepers who we have a problem with sometimes. I kind of like understand because if you just go and you being put in a post to open a gate, it's not gonna be easy for you to just open for everybody. Some people needs to show your seriousness, and some seriousness comes from you. You know, sometimes it's just the body of work you're gonna be giving people, or keep on annoying the same people, and sometimes it's gonna come with not getting paid. It's the same thing I feel like with producers in SA. The music doesn't evolve because if a producer who comes up with a sound, instead of making the sound flood the market, they hotting the beats and be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the right moment and for somebody who's gonna pay me. I don't know
Yeah,
who
how
you
much
are.
do you think Tweezy got paid for his first beat? Like, how much do you think Tweezy got paid for his first beat?
Wasn't there like a whole scandal between him and AKA of how AKA
Yeah,
didn't pay him, blah blah
you
blah.
get what I mean. But then, look at where Tweezy is right now. Like half of AKA's catalog is produced by that nigga.
Yeah, it's
Ayoba's on every beat. Like now
yeah.
he's getting paid for that stuff. Like
He has
we
paid the
know,
dues.
like it's yeah, it's not like they owning his masters. Like of course they don't own his masters, but that initial come in, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like if you're gonna be a prima donna there, thinking that you already made it without like showing it, yeah, the beat might sound fire, dog. But how dope
But
am I gonna sound
and
on it?
and also like I get what you guys are saying about the whole exposure thing, but at the same time, if you're gonna promise somebody exposure, give them exposure, bro. Like kube exposure ke, kungabi something that is like now it's not actually gonna give you an alley oop to
Well,
something better now.
there's
Now it's just
exploitation.
you performing at somebody's party.
Yeah, but what are
Yeah,
you
because there's a
expecting? So,
fine
so
line
you're
between
expecting?
exposure and exploitation.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
not
what I
like
mean?
you're
Like
going for for
I'm
the
saying,
whole catalog of his beats.
yeah, I'm saying it just needs to be a point where it's like you realize when you're being exploited and when you're being offered legit exposure, because I think part of the reaction from a lot of the new generation of wanting to get paid all the time is because of the old generation who got paid in exposure their whole careers, bro. There's people now who are still broke but who got all of the exposure in
Yeah,
the
but
world,
the
and
industry,
they didn't make any
yeah,
money off it.
because the people that are currently at the top right now are not creating an environment. Because it's up to the people that are at the top. They're not creating an environment where other people can eat. You know what I mean? Like if you don't create an environment where other people can eat, where everyone else is waiting, like something in like people are not showing initiative, dog. Like people are not wanna don't wanna innovate in anything. Like nobody just everyone just is waiting for what's that, a booking agent to just call them and be like, yo, you gotta be in Cape Town at this specific day. Here's the tickets. Here's the hotel room. Go perform at this what festival. That's all they're waiting for. Like no one is innovating in anything. Like first and foremost, your music is lackluster. Like you dropping the same jewels that you've dropped. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the next Aries thing. I want to see what he's gonna do. Uh, I'm not wasting. I'm not waiting for the next Nasty C thing because like he's not improving. You get what I mean? Like the music is lackluster. The attitude to how you guys are going about it is not what it is. Nasty C last year. When was that Iverson tour thing?
Last of last year, when Strings and
Last
Bling came
year,
out.
It was
yeah.
last year. That's
Yeah,
when I
Nasty
stole
C
my
was
money from
yeah.
my parents.
Yeah, Nasty C, yeah, it was 2018. Man. Nasty C was trying to push the envelope with that Iverson tour thing. Let's try.
Nikki.
Let's try. Where do you go? What's happening?
But like, okay, I hear that. I just want to bring this one topic to you guys, um, and I want to hear your thoughts, like especially because you guys are musicians, and obviously when you see new things happening in the industry,
I
you're the
quit
guys who,
music.
who likely might get some. Listen, Africa deal,
What?
The what?
Repeat that.
the Def Jam Africa deal.
Yeah,
So like Def Jam
Okay.
signed a deal with Universal,
yeah.
and they now have a new record label called Def Jam Africa. What do you guys think about that whole thing?
It's the baddest, the wackest deal ever. Cause let
It's,
me tell you why.
isn't it like urban?
No, it's not like urban. It's not like urban. Def Jam
Like
has
it's
been
like
Def Jam.
no, like the concept of urban. It's like the concept of urban for Africa is like, yeah, you guys can't be in the main club, but we'll open up a small group for you guys.
Nah, Def Jam has always been like a hip hop base. Nah, but Def Jam has Def Jam on their roster, their current roster. They have Kanye West. They have what's her name?
Yeah, but why
They
would
have
they?
Justin Bieber. But
Wait,
Why
here's the
wouldn't
thing.
they have a separate label for just the Africans?
Yeah, because it's like universal music
Territory.
group South Africa or music. Yeah, it's a territory. It's not. It's nothing.
They have
nothing
Def Jam
major. It's just
Asia,
like
Def Jam
Yeah,
Brazil.
we have Def Jam everywhere. It's the same thing as Universal. There's Universal UK, there's Universal Spain, there's Universal whatever. There's a lot of Universals. But the Def Jam one is a bad one because Casper Nyovest has been signed to Def Jam since he dropped Sweet and Short.
Yeah.
So why
And
is it a
how
bad
is
one?
How has he innovated since? Who's talking about Sweet and Short this year or last year? Who was talking about Sweet and Short?
I mean,
No,
I forgot
but who
about that
made
shit
them?
online.
Yeah,
Who made the music, bro?
that's what I'm saying. Like they
And is the
dropped,
music is the music of good quality that you would remember it now?
but
He's
if you,
he
if
did,
you talk,
he didn't even
if you
release
talking Def,
how many music videos did he release for that? Besides the one with that guy.
Frank.
no, he released.
Was
he
that
released,
part?
Yeah.
Remote
that a part
control,
of Sweet
remote
Motion?
control was on Short and Sweet.
No, remote control.
Yeah,
Yeah. Asimo State, Timo.
yeah.
The block is hot.
Gets The block is hot. Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah. He dropped quite a few. The Block is Hard is not from that thing though.
It is from there, dog.
It is.
It's not
Track
from
number
Sweden.
5. It is from
It
there.
is.
Track number 5, bro.
It's a Kwaito, the one they sampled the Kwaito song.
Okay? Let's find another artist. Then is there anybody else signed to the?
Yeah, track number
Boy,
5.
boy.
Who got the block hot?
Yeah, we got the block out with
Remote
Frank.
control.
Is there
Asimo State,
anyone
Yeah,
else?
they did,
Guetta.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is there
so I'm
anyone
like,
else?
Yeah, Boyd is
signed
signed. Boyd is signed to Def Jam Africa as well.
he dropped the song during the Black Lives Matter things, and it's talking about get your money, girl, get your money, girl. Read the room.
But-
Like, can you please read the room?
But Nasty C did the same thing,
I
and you
can't-
guys had a problem with it.
no,
you tried
Nasty
reading
C
the room.
dropped the song about here, but it didn't.
No,
it
with
sound,
Nasty C, the song.
yeah, we talking about the song. We it's a dope song for now.
Okay,
You
okay,
don't say it's a bad song.
Okay.
Like, you can't get past it. It's like, yeah, I understand why
Okay,
people
but-
love it.
okay.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So let's put another topic on that with the Def Jam Africa thing. So where Def Jam is clearly lacking on the innovation side and the music and how it's actually sounding from their own specific artists. However, if we now look at the features that they've gotten for their artists across the board with other artists, are they winning in that regard?
The features are not working.
I mean, Boiti was on Nutatakwe.
Yeah, but
was
that
a joke.
that's not a
That
label.
one moved the needle. That one moved the needle, but that's not part of the label.
I don't think
why
that's
she
a
wanted
label
to be
A&R.
removed from the label. She wanted to get off the label.
Yeah.
Look, man, guys, Oud Poiti hasn't even yet dropped a tape, and she's. This is like the third time her name's been popping up in that conversation.
Yeah, now
So
her
I
name.
think
dropped- Dropped that on the throne thing.
she's doing what she needs to be doing, man. Like, to be frank, whether or not you like Boiti's music, I feel she's hitting the mark. You know what I mean? Because like, even right now, you go on Twitter, she's trending. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of
Not
her music,
Not her music.
yeah, dog. But what I'm trying to say is that her music, people have been her music's been popular since she dropped, and she's only dropped how
music is
many
not.
songs? What, 2 songs?
Her music is not.
Whether or not I'm not talking about the quality of the music.
3 songs.
I'm talking about
Because that's
I'm,
what
I'm,
that's
talking,
what
I'm talking about she's released 3 songs, and all 3 songs so far have hit the charts, basically.
But that's what
On some-
TP was asking. TP was asking, like, is it working for the machine? It's not. If she's trending, yes,
Well,
like,
you
yes,
see-
every single person that drops in South Africa, if you under the machine, you're gonna drop within the top 10, right?
Yeah, friend.
How long is that gonna be in the top 10? Like, Boydie dropped her song. She's not even in the top 10. She's not even in the top 40 of the hip hop charts, singles.
Bro,
She
she's
dropped on
in
Friday.
Conversation with only 3 songs to her
Yes,
name.
because she was a personality
And
before she
you're
did
putting
music.
her against people who have full bodies of work.
But see, that's
everybody
what I
that
was
you're
saying.
putting her up
What about the
against-
features? Because here's the thing. Boiti's biggest song on Radio Monitor, or the song that's big with Boiti on it, is the Stogie T song. The one that got dropped, I think, 2 months ago or a month ago.
Which song is
Original
that?
Recipe.
T.
Her own song is not on the charts, bro.
Yes, the
Oh,
song
yeah.
Yes,
is.
but
song
that's
is
why I
Stogie.
even asked you guys that. Look, Yeah, that's why I even said to
That's
you guys
why.
that clearly we're saying that in terms of the original artists, the labels are failing them. But what about their features? Because the mere fact that we're talking about Boy and she's on, you know, A, in conversation, and B, on these charts is based off the fact that clearly the label is then finding a way to get her within your peripheral without even her having to release.
No, I think my opinion on that one is I feel like Boiti's features is not even label A&R. I feel like it's just a matter of she's a personality, and you know if you feature Boiti, it's probably gonna trend because of other things that she does. Not saying that she doesn't have
She
the
has
talent.
access to people.
She has access to people, and she came in already knowing who to go to, already knowing
So
who's gonna do
if your
everything. Not saying
label, if
I'm
your label, I'm not making money off of. Wait, can I ask Space a question? I'm a label right now, nah? I sign you,
Yeah.
nah? I'm not making back end on any of my music. For sure, I'm not gonna make money off of your touring because I'm not part. You don't have a 360 deal with me. What am I making money off of if I'm putting so much resources into trying to put your music out there, but every single time you drop a song, it doesn't stay on the charts for long. It doesn't even stay on the charts for shit. Like it's gone. It just disappears.
I think who's that stayed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm talking about who's that was like, yo, ooh, who's Boiti's doing music? That's dope.
Yeah.
And then the other song came out, Bagai. We're like, oh, Boiti's coming out with that fire. And then she dropped she was on the Utatako remix, right?
Yeah.
And then she had another song, and then she did two more other features, and then now she's dropping her own song.
Bagai.
Yeah.
By the time,
She did the song.
yeah,
She sold the tracks,
Sorry.
and then
Bagai.
Yeah.
yeah, and then she did a song this year with what you call this. She did a song, her own song right now, based on what
On
this
the
guy
phone.
say. What's this thing? What's Space was saying that we comparing her to a thing. We were just talking about the label, and I was giving like she's signed to that label. So my perspective was saying, by the time we get to this fourth song, after we started from a million plays first hit, by the time we drop this song, I'm supposed to be at 3 million, 4 million plays. Like whenever I drop, people are supposed to be anticipating that. But if I'm at song number 4, song number 5, or whatever, and the heat has died down because she didn't read the room.
Yeah.
The room is not. It's cold right now. Like we don't want to hear no music about getting the bag while we sitting at home.
Yeah.
We can't sing it out with people. You get what I
Okay,
mean?
Yeah. I won't lie.
Wasn't Nadia and Akai in the same boat?
They in the same stable.
Nadia, they're in the same stable even right now.
Who?
Nadia and
Nadia and
Boiti.
Boiti.
Oh yeah, of course.
So Nadia, you making money. Nadia, they're making money from Family Tree, from her touring. They're making money from her music. She did some numbers a little bit, not too much. Did some numbers. What I'm saying is the signings off of the label make sense in a PR, like in talking points, like how Boiti is trending today on Twitter, talking points, but not music talking points.
I hear you.
Like as a label, did you sign the what's that thing called? What's did you sign
The
the
personality,
personality, or did you sign the artist?
the music.
Like where are you making your money back? Like if I'm spending 100K just to promo the song, I'm sending it out to radio, I'm getting PR people to talk about it, but it still doesn't get like Patrick Lee without a label is getting more streams than you. Then what is the point of you being
Yeah,
on the
look,
sheet?
fair enough. I mean, there's always going to be people that Takeshi makes more numbers than
Takeshi
more
makes
numbers
numbers
than
line
who?
who?
behind them. However, when you sign, I'm saying Takeshi will make more numbers than a lot of people that are being pushed by the machine. You know, so my point is with the
Is he
is
not
the
pushed
label
by the
doing
machine as
enough
well?
for you to actually say that?
He's pushed by
How?
Universal.
Yeah, so he's a bad example because he's pushed
Not
by labels.
necessarily.
Isn't
I'm
he?
talking about Takeshi.
Nah, he's
I'm
the
talking
same
about
as
Takeshi.
Russ. Like it's a
I'm talking
licensing
about.
thing. It's
Look,
not a.
I'm,
It's not
I'm
a
talking.
push.
I'm talking, guys. I'm not even talking about the Takeshi that you guys see today. I'm talking about the Takeshi who we were listening to in NX2. and the motherfucker's got 250 million views off a random YouTube page, and he's making those numbers. I am just saying that
Yo,
Jam Africa, if we look at the two examples that we see under the label, which is Casper and which is Boiti, does the model work? Whether or not they've got the music behind them to actually push it, or the personality itself, is that model actually working? Is it a good idea? Is it something that if Def Jam Africa came to you tomorrow and said, look, I got a 360 deal for you, and I think your music is whack, but I can get you.
I haven't seen them work. I will say that I haven't
Yeah,
seen them
man.
work.
we-
I'll sign with
I'm-
ambitious. I'll sign with ambitious.
My thing is still there, bro. Like, how many?
I would sign with
We're not
ambitious.
even
I
gonna talk
promise
about
you.
ambitious, bro.
Dude, I promise you, like if they give me Def Jam Africa and they give me ambitious, deal, I'm
Ambitious-
signing with ambitious.
Ambitious legit fucked all of their top artists. All of them.
Yeah, but their music was.
But
being
they made
played.
them.
That's
They
one
didn't
thing.
even
They
leave
made
Yana
them.
Their
one.
music.
Yana
Their
one,
music.
They
was-
made them.
Their music was being played.
They
I'm
made
not,
them.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking as an
Yana,
artist,
at least
thinking about
one, yeah.
what do you want in the end,
at
bro?
least
Like what do you want
one.
in the end?
What do you
Let me ask
want?
you a question.
At
What do you want in the
have
end?
one artist get a fair deal. One artist
Nah,
get a fair
you
deal.
talking
All of them?
deal now. You talking deal
They,
now.
they
Okay,
were
cool.
fair
The
when they
bad
signed
part of-
them until they started making money.
Yeah, the bad part of the
Yeah,
ambitious deal
like
was,
you are
was
absolutely right.
Yeah, it
That
was
is
good when they signed it until they
100%
started making money.
Exactly. Once you started making money, you wanted more.
That's not
what it
ambitious
is.
problem.
yeah, you signed
Yeah.
a deal.
You signed a
they
deal.
were signed 2 deals. They read the deal and signed it. No one put a gun to their head. Okay, fine. We'll put that as a chink, as like ambitious messed up. The deal was wrong. But in terms of like as an artist, Def Jam Africa, we're taking 2 years of Casper Nyovest since short and sweet versus 2 years of Java. Whose music
Also-
is being as an artist? I'm asking you, Smith, as an
Also,
artist, which one
yeah,
would
yeah,
you
yeah.
choose?
Also,
Which one would you
also,
choose?
Also, mind you, yes, I'm answering you. Also, mind you, I'm a dealer fan. So I could go to Universal or Def Jam Africa and actually get a better deal than Casper. You know what I mean? It's not like
Fact.
it's one
I'm talking about-
deal for everyone.
Ambitious is like
Not like it's not like a template.
Like it's like ambitious is like
what
that.
I'm trying, no, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I could sign with Def Jam Africa, and they could do more for me than they're doing for Casper, just based on what I'm signing. You know what I mean?
yeah, but you
Maybe
don't
with
have that
Casper,
leverage though.
yeah. This is a hypothetical situation. I said you're asking me who would I sign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my problem with ambitious is that I'm a contractor yafana mfowethu. Wonke yafana, all of them.
Yeah, because none of those guys were willing to go into the contract and negotiate. They just wanted to be signed. They didn't want to know what's
Yes.
going on.
It brings me to my next point. Both record companies, in that sense, are fine if the deal is right.
No,
If
but
I can negotiate a good deal for myself.
That's not what we.
whether it-
Ambitious comes with a bad deal, and Chef Jam comes with a deal
And
that you choosing for yourself.
and I feel
But
like
at the end of the day, what are you gonna choose? Because it's clear. It's like Def Jam right now. We're looking at based off. I ask you the question based off of Java and Casper Nyovest, like what they've done for the past 2 years for Java and Casper Nyovest. Which one are you choosing?
me,
I'm
I'll
saying
take
the
you.
deals.
I'll take Universal because at
Yeah.
least they'll pay me.
here's my thing. I say if you're gonna take Universal,
Ambitious gonna pay me, dog.
if you go to Universal right now, your negotiation bargaining power is lower compared to where you're gonna be at Ambitious right now.
At
So
Ambitious,
you
yes,
might end
true.
up getting a very, very bad deal at Universal because they're telling you, okay, cool, yeah, we Universal. What are you bringing to the table? Where
Universal's
if
a
you
big
go
machine,
to
bro.
Ambitious, you can
But
build,
I'm-
you can build
Universal
up.
is not getting
Most
anything more than
probably-
15%
I'm most-
of everything.
You
You're
know,
not getting more than
with
15%.
okay. For me, I guess I look at it like this: at Def Jam, I might get a deal. At Ambitious, I'm probably gonna get a bad deal. You know what I mean? So
But you're still gonna get
De-
paid.
depending
You're
on how you
probably
look
gonna
at
get Paid. You're probably
I
gonna get
might
paid.
not get paid at Ambitious. That's the thing.
Alright,
They,
cool.
what is their track record? What is their track record in terms of paying their artists? Let's not talk about what they've. If we're talking completely
cool.
based on exposure. Look,
yeah.
if we're talking about
Alright,
exposure,
guys.
then Ambitious is a better bet. Ambitious is a better bet because why? They know the layout, they know the platform, they know the home ground for Ambitious.
Away,
You know
away,
what I
my
mean?
G's.
They know what to do to market my songs to make sure that they hit.
Away.
But if we're talking about Guala, bro, hey, if we're to Ambitious, I can
We asked you
they
as
can
an
do
artist,
something.
which one do you want? As an artist right now, which one are you gonna choose?
I'd probably go with Universal with Def Jam.
Right, you go with Def Jam just for like right now as an artist right now,
Where
right
you
now
are.
as you right now. Which one would you go for?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Def Jam, bro. Because I feel like, you know why? Why? I feel like I could, in the long run, get more out of that situation that I could get
They
from.
can shelve you. How many artists have they
Ambitious.
shelved? How many artists is Universal shelved?
That was my next
hip-hop, like,
conversation.
Yeah, but
Huh?
but Ambitious is paying fucking people over.
But they still get the
But they're still
exposure
making
and
the,
leave
they
the
they're still
label and
giving these
still
guys the
continue.
bargaining power.
And they still
They give these guys
yeah,
they
and
open the
still
door for
artists-
these
they
guys.
still artists after they leave. They still artists after they leave. That's what I'm saying. They still big artists after they leave.
Yeah, they give them the name.
You compare it to if you
on-
compare it to any artist that has left
But
Universal, Drive.
Def Jam has yet to Def Jam Africa. Not looking
dude,
at
it's Def Jam Africa is still under the same. It's the same people. Def Jam Africa is the same people, same building as Universal. It's been the same. That's what I've been telling you. Like
It's the same people.
I say Casper University and Science. It's in the same building. The same people that are pushing Universal artists are the same people. They didn't. Go make.
but
new
look at
artists.
what Universal is doing for Nasty, bro.
guys, yeah. I know we're gonna take time with this. I think time is not in our side. Time is not on our side. We're gonna have this conversation. We're gonna carry on with this conversation again. People have been watching and we've been at it for an hour, going to 30 now. I would like to thank you guys for accepting my call, and then I'm gonna call again to just carry on in this conversation. I like the way we have this conversation, and a lot of people have been hitting me up. I think we must do this more often. So yeah, just last remarks. What you guys wanna leave us with?
Yo, I'm dropping a song next week, Friday.
Bro, I've been looking at the chat. The chat interaction today has been
It's
insane.
fire.
Shout out to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to everybody
fire,
who's been engaging. Even on WhatsApp, I've been getting my WhatsApps and people on Facebook. They want more of this chat, so we're gonna make it a thing.
Shout
And-
out to the people listening.
Yeah. So Chris Black, you say you're releasing a song when?
Nah, I want to say shout out to the people listening. we love you.
Away.
We appreciate the support.
Away.
Please support me next week Friday. I'm dropping a song. It's called Chasing More.
Next week Friday.
Chasing More. Next week Friday.
Away. Mr. Space, what can we vibe
Yeah,
to?
man. Yeah. Music on the way, under construction. But for now, Alone is out. You can go on my YouTube, the Space G, and yeah, man. That's
Z
me
Space
for
G.
now.
Appreciate it,
The Space G.
Mr.
with two
Anderson.
E's on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, no. My side, man. If y'all know it, y'all know it. I've been on that gaming platform since about 2-3 months ago. So check all them details on that little profile picture there. Follow on YouTube. I need your subscriptions, man. I need all that, man.
And
It's
views.
tough.
Subscriptions and views.
And
man.
views.
Listen,
And shout out to
I
Chuck,
need
man,
the motherfucking
Sound
subscriptions.
Goma.
Fuck Twitter. Listen, fuck the
Shout
Twitter
out.
shit. Fuck the fuck the Instagram. Yo, go on YouTube. Fucking click subscribe. Don't follow me. Don't do none of that shit. Just subscribe to the page. That's all I want. Thank you.
Our bless. Thank you very much, guys, for this. We'll carry on this conversation. I appreciate you guys giving your time out of this, and I know you guys are passionate about this. But again, until we meet next time, I think this is gonna be it for today. Much love, and thank you for tuning in. Brah. I see you there, Chris Black. You can show yourselves, guys, on the video. People are seeing at home. I know you guys were hiding your hairstyles out here.
Nah, I ain't gonna show my hairstyle right now, bro.
Ain't gonna hide nothing,
Yeah,
babe.
cause you look whack, nigga. You look whack, nigga.
Ah,
Show
ouais,
them
ah, ouais.
people how whack